which are demonic entities, thought to reside in the water, and are often referred to as spirit spouses or spirit husbands or wives. These demons believe they own whoever they are targeting, and many times people report dreaming they have a child with one of these creatures. They are shopping with the spirit, having sex with it, swimming with it, even having weddings. Now, I've dealt with this as well, and I dreamt once that I got into a car accident, and my car fell into the ocean, and I died and woke up in a casket beside a demon. I was in a foreign place to this earth under the sea, and we got married in the midst of demons. Now I know this all sounds bizarre, but if you take a trip to other countries or start asking around, this isn't as uncommon as you first might think. I was plagued with other nightmares as well, where I was either raped by a group of men or by a single one, or having sex and woke up in the middle of sleep paralysis to feel something on top of me trying to violate me. I even used to awake in the middle of the night to see my hand curled into a claw trying to rip my crotch off, and my hand was moving itself, and I was in sleep paralysis. I fought with all of my might and prayed, and it stopped. This has happened several times. This is no joke, and I just wanted to share this so if anyone watching this has experienced something similar, they know they are not alone. I also had a false vision given to me by a fallen angel of a half-human, half-goat hybrid child that was supposed to be mine. The kid didn't resemble me a bit. He had pale skin and coal black eyes, much like you would see on the show Supernatural. However, despite my experience with these incubuses, I still see demons and fallen angels as different beings. In the book of Enoch, it states that once the Nephilim died, they were cursed to become evil spirits, which I believe are demons, who were not allowed to eat, drink, or rest, but torment mankind. Sounds a lot like a demon to me. Whereas the wives of the Watchers became sirens, and in some translations, jackals. I know a lot of churches act as if fallen angels got their wings clipped when they fell, and now they're ugly and they live in hell as demons, but that is inaccurate. For those of you who disagree with me, I'd like to ask, where is your scriptural proof to back up that fallen angels are now demons for certain? I know that demons, the reason they want to possess human bodies is to act out their desires that they had as the Nephilim, whereas fallen angels do not need a body to possess. This is why in the movie The Omen, Damien's mother was most likely a jackal. I believe sirens described in Greek mythology were the wives of the Watchers after the flood, and as you may know, they were often described as beautiful women who sung luring men and caused them to crash their ships. Just like in other legends, people claim they see a woman wearing a white dress with long dark hair, and she lures men usually in the middle of the night, and they usually end up dead. If you take a look at Isis, she is a bird-like woman as well, which is interesting since these are what succubuses are, since they are cursed in that form. They try to destroy men and women's lives. Once again, this is just a theory of mine. This is where I believe the story of the infamous demoness Lilith originates. After examining other texts like the Talmud and Zohar, which I take loosely, I believe she was Azazel's wife Naamah. Noah also had a wife named Naamah, but if you look at Cain's genealogy, you will see a female listed under this name as well. And this is rare since females are rarely ever mentioned. Azazel was punished the worst of the Watchers because he and his wife were the first to step over the line cohabiting with each other, and their children were called the Serum, which were a group of goat demons. Also, he introduced warfare, and his introduction of cosmetics brought about fornication, which in this case most likely means prostitution. And to think fallen angels probably started the red light district. After the flood, Nimrod and his wife Semiramis reinstated the pagan beliefs and took the place of Azazel and Naamah in the pre-flood days. It is my belief that there have been two world orders that thus far. The first was started by Azazel and his wife Naamah, and her brother Tubal-Cain, who most likely was the first Freemason. The second by Semiramis and Nimrod, and the third by the Antichrist, which is Lucifer. Well, the third will be by the Antichrist, which is going to be Lucifer when he possesses a man or has a Nephilim seed line. And I believe Azazel will be released from Dudiel with the rest of the Watchers in the last days. I know this isn't a popular belief since most believe the Watchers are stuck down there for good, but there's similarities between Apollyon, Abaddon to Azazel. They're eerily similar. If you read about the fifth trumpet in Revelation, it speaks of these locusts rising from it, but it also talks about their leader Abaddon being freed from hell. by a star that falls from heaven after a battle in heaven occurs between the fallen angels and the holy angels. I believe after this they will be locked out of heaven, like Bruno Mars' song, for good, because as we see in Job, Satan is still allowed to go up there to accuse. This star is most likely Lucifer, and he frees Azazel. I believe Azazel will be released, and he will deceive the masses as the false prophet, maybe like a Christ-like figure. And there will be a third figure most people never give a thought, a goddess-like figure who will be the whore of Babylon. If you look at the history of Satanism and other mystic religions, male and female energy is always a powerful thing. This is why there is sex magic rituals. Why wouldn't there be a wicked Jezebel Athaliah-like figure running things? I take the ideal of the whore of Babylon literally rather than metaphorically, and that is why feminism has been on the rise and a push for the recognition of female energy. Don't get me wrong, I do not think women should be subservient or slaves to men either, but this role reversal thing has got to stop. They are trying to feminize men and masculinize women. This woman will pretend to be the embodiment of Isis, Ishtar, Lilith, name it, every goddess, you name it, and may even be possessed by that very spirit. So, many people are busy waiting for two prominent male figures to emerge, most claiming the false prophet is a Muslim or the Pope, while the Antichrist is some type of political figure. They will fail to see there will be a powerful woman in the mix who will sneak onto the scene and most likely woo them as well. This is just a theory of mine. You can take it or leave it and pray about it. I believe this woman will assist the false prophet in ushering in a false religion, and sadly I believe America is Babylon. I'm not saying she's going to be the next president. I'm just saying she could even be as simple as the false prophet or Antichrist's girlfriend, wife, or something of that nature. I had a vision once where I saw an exotic queen who sat on the throne. When she saw me, she glared and wanted me killed. In another dream I had later on, we had this awful stare down. I believe I saw what some people call the Queen of the Coast. I believe the so-called Queen of the Coast is a marine spirit. This marine spirit is Lilith, Nama, i.e. Isis.